Cheers. It's beautiful. Amazing, guys. Amazing. Honey?
It will be captured in the video. I forgot to bring. We'll come back again.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow or day after go.
Yeah. Luckily, we are very near in this area. Oh my god. It's really amazing.
You can see the restaurant over there. That is the one where we came from, right?
Yeah. You will see the panoramic view here on the top.
Come and touch us.
Guys, see the breathtaking view at the back. It's really amazing. It's really beautiful. I cannot say anything. I'm telling them, honey, the view is really nice, even if you walk this far, but it's really worth it
Yeah.
once you reach here on the top.
No, I think you have to go
Huh?
there.
See there?
You are making video or you are
Yeah,
taking
I'm making video.
video?
We are here now in Baltit Fort.
Fort, yeah.
Hello sir, what is your name?
My name is Salahuddin.
Okay. Do you know sir that you are very famous in a lot of videos in YouTube?
Welcome. So, thank you. Good morning.
Honey, you tell him.
I am here security guard.
Uh-huh.
I am security supervisor.
Okay.
24 years to have my job here. 24 years.
24 years you've been working here in Baltit Fort. Okay. Honey, can you tell him that does he know that he's very famous in a lot of videos in YouTube?
Yeah, he can speak English very well.
Did you watch yourself in videos in YouTube?
Like,
आपकी बहुत सारी वीडियोस जो है YouTube पे होंगी, आपकी पिक्चर्स और वीडियो काफ़ी सारे फेमस जो ब्लॉगर्स आए वो आपके साथ उन्होंने पिक्चर खींची हैं।
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मेरा किताबें भी आई है और इंडोनेशिया और मलेशिया, अच्छा जी, जापान,
फिलिपिनो।
फिलिपीन।
She is from
I'm from Philippines.
तो पूरा दुनिया में सर बस अल्लाह ताला की बड़ा मेहरबानी है, एक पहचान है यहाँ पर, यहाँ स्पोर्ट का यहाँ होने के नाते। तो हर आदमी आते हैं यहाँ, पिक्चर बना के जाते हैं, वीडियो बनाते हैं, नेशनल जियोग्राफिक भी आए हैं
जी जी जी
और अल जज़ायर में भी आप देखें
जी। And this is postcard. See, you can save it.
We'll put in the frame.
Yes.
Cannot throw. How much is the cost for entry?
1200 and 600.
Okay.
Be careful for your head.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And watch your steps is also.
Okay.
Most of the doors here are
Narrow.
low. Yeah, narrow.
Yeah. Basically, this mountain area is very cold area. The still temperature goes to minus. The winter time is in January when it is looking completely white. The
Okay.
snowfall can cover. The still temperature goes to minus 18, 20, 22.
Uh-huh.
But daytime, the temperature goes to minus 30, 35, also goes for the 40. They warm their rooms. Using very short doors, thick walls, and roof little bit down. And secondly, basically this is not real fort.
This is not a real fort.
Yeah, this is the palace where the Prince Hunza living. With the
Okay.
security reason, he can build from there this the high little place. When the people can enter the royal palaces, they give respect to the royal families. They can bond their head. When the person can enter the room, definitely they can bond their head with the respect of the royal families. We call it the respect doors. And the third reason they call it is for the security rooms, security doors. When the enemies can enter, they will become one by one inside the fencing from the enemies. When the enemies can enter, they definitely give the respect. When they can enter, the securities can chop the heads.
Oh.
That's what the security reason.
Okay.
But I think the main reason was the room temperature. The room temperature, the warm the rooms, they use a very short doors. Once again, welcome to the Baltit Fort. I'm a fort guide. My name is Ali, and I will conduct tour inside the fort. Visiting the rooms, we will be explain our group about the history about the Baltit Fort. Then slowly we can start in our tour. In Hunza, we have two old forts. One was the Altit, and second is the Baltit Fort. The Baltit Fort is the second oldest fort is in this valley. Before building the Baltit Fort, the Hunza princes can live in the Altit Fort. The local peoples can say the Altit Fort is 1100 years old and the Baltit Fort is 800. After 300 years, they will issue the Baltit Fort. Not the one time they gave the big construction, the many additions, especially the big changing was 15th century and the seconds for the 1891 for the British period when the British can take here. The British period, they give this some addition from the third floor, some new balconies, whitewash, like a panel glasses, windows for the British period. In 1945, the Baltit Fort was the residence of the royal families. In 1945, the Prince of Hunza, Mir Muhammad Jamal Khan, he can leave the Baltit Fort in his kinship, his modern house. The Karimabad is still family living there. Then 1945 to 1990, the Baltit Fort was empty for a long time, 45 years. Less attention, some blasters can fall down, some cracks in wall. And that time, the Prince Karim Aga Khan, he's filling the Baltit Fort. Why we cannot use the heritage and the museum? Basically, this fort was the public. This fort was the Mir of Hunza, his residential area and his property. The Prince Karim Aga Khan can discuss about the current Prince of Hunza, Mir Gazamfer Ali Khan. He's the ex-governor of Gilgit-Baltistan. Now he come the politics. The Mir of Hunza, he can donate his building for the public. This fort was the public property now. The 6 years renovation by Baltit Fort in 1990 to 1996 by Aga Khan Culture Service Pakistan and Aga Khan Trust Culture Geneva. The people say that time for the big cost $1.5 million. The 80% can pay the Prince Karim Aga Khan and 20% new additions like a Norway government, French government, US government, and some local investors about the renovation time. When the Baltit Fort can open like a museum in the fort is September 1996 for His Excellency, our former President of Pakistan, Farooq Ahmad Khan Laghari, Prince Karim Aga Khan, and more than 20 ambassadors can attend the opening ceremony. Now we will be collecting like an entry-ticket fees with our guests with further future maintenance for this fort. So thanks for your coming, and thanks special for your big contribution, and special thanks for listening me. Thanks once again for your coming.
Pleasure. Us.
If any question you mind about the history, give my best. Then slowly we can start our tour.
So this wood is actually the same era when
Basically the wooden structure is the 80% is original, but 20% give the additions.
Okay.
Yeah, the 80% is the original, but 20% give the additions. But internally you can see the mud, plaster, and stone they can refill again.
Refill again.
Yeah. But so wooden structure is the 80% original in Baltit Fort.
So how they preserve with what you call These insects.
Yeah, we use it for the chemicals.
Chemicals. Huh?
Yeah, basically can be using the chemicals. In these areas you can see in air you can also find the moisture.
Oh, okay, okay. That is one question we have when we went to Arthur Fort. So we have one question that how this wood is, safe with the this
With the insects,
insects or
mites.
mice.
We use it for the chemicals.
Yeah. Ah, okay, chemicals.
We use a different kind of the chemicals we use in the every morning. We have a stop and we have the 6 to 7 cleaners in Baltit Fort and the many we have the engineers, but still they outside they currently they were working. The every time they will be using from DP use for the chemicals for the one of the body.
Okay.
We can start in our tours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Well, this area is using as a lobby reception. The royal families can receive their special guests to here. And this area is also using as a tax collecting area. Tax, they're not concerned for the currency, they will be collecting taxes for the wheat, like butter. Butter is one of the famous. They will tax when they collect, they can store to here. This one is for the use business of food
okay.
storage.
But
They
it's
can
very
store-
deep.
Yeah, its height is a 9 feet and square is 6 by 6. The down area,
9 feet.
Yeah, it's a 9 feet and square 6 by 6.
You can see the down.
The downside, there is not any excess. The same area, they go by the skinny person, the help of the rope. They use very short doors for the security reasons.
So this is the only way
Main
to
entrance.
go
Yeah.
down and
The
come
produce
up.
also, yeah, the skinny person only.
Oh, okay.
They use very short doors for the security reason, but daytime they have not properly storages. They use very short doors.
Yeah.
And we have more 6 storages, 3 under the carpets and 3 at the opposite side carpets. We have 7 grain storages on the reception
Oh,
area.
okay, great.
And this is for the scales. They will be collecting taxes for the people who look like half kg, 5 kg, 10 kg. And this second is for the stone pot
Okay.
for the cooking.
For the cooking, okay.
Yeah. And we can display the horse saddle. This mountain area people before KKH, we have the fans from the old Silk Road. On the old Silk Road, we
Yeah,
use
Silk
the
Road.
horses, yachts,
Yeah.
and the Gilgit Basan, we have the one is the favorite game. Polo. We definitely love the polo. They play the polo, the every homes they can using from the horses for the playing the polo horse, traveling, different things they're using from the horses. And the second is for the weapon in Hunza, first bow and arrow. They're using from the hunting and defensing purpose. They're using from the bow and arrow. After one can start the trade, they bring from the swords, the Russian guns. Before this is the first weapon in Hunza.
This is 1930.
That's a gift for the he can donate the Baltit Fort.
Oh, okay. This is the arrow and the bow.
In some arrow, they are putting the logos of the tribe.
Yes. You watch it or to
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Is it correct?
Yes.
You can, identify which type the arrow is belong to which tribe.
Basically, Mongolian was the famous from their bow and arrows.
Oh, okay.
But this areas, you can see there's the different kind of bow and arrows, bones. This is they will be made with the middle side. The 2 ibex horns can middle they will be combined. This is for the 2 ibex horns, and the second this one is for the wooden structure.
Oh, okay.
This look to each other with the different.
Oh, okay.
But but our culture is similar like the Central Asians, like you can see Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Turkey, different kinds of the culture is a similar the stages.
Yeah.
But these peoples, we are the 20% migration to Gilgit and Skardu, but 80% migration to Central Asia.
Central Asia. Okay.
When you can visit the Baltit Fort, you can easily the same similar from the Ertugrul. You can say,
Yeah.
who can see the Ertugrul? They easily in visiting our Baltit Fort, they can understand our culture.
Mhm.
When they can start to visit the Baltit Fort, when they go back, they can start to see for the Ertugrul. They easily study for the Ertugrul also. Our culture is similar. It's maybe 70% or 80% our culture is similar for them.
Is Aga Khan, what is this? He's from the Mughal tribe, something
No,
like
no,
this?
Prince Karimabad.
Basically, they're not relation from these royal families. He is the spiritual leader
Okay.
from the Shia Imami Ismaili, who can follow from the Imamate. And secondly, basically, he working all over the world, not only Baltic world, not only Pakistan.
Yeah.
You can see 26 countries he can preserve the heritage.
Okay.
When you can go to India, you can see Taj Mahal.
Mm-hmm.
Taj Mahal is also present for the Prince Karimabad Khan. When you can go Iran, Iran had their own mosques. When you can visit in Lahore, Lahore Shahi Hammam, they currently is working Lahore Shahi Hammam. In Lahore, Badshah Masjid, you can travel there. In Gilgit-Balsan, Altit Fort, Baltit Fort, Shigar Fort, Khabla Fort, he's working all over like education, health and agriculture.
Okay.
But he loves heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Then he can preserve all over the world from the heritage.
Okay, very good. Hey, what is this?
That's the horse saddle.
Ah, okay, horse.
Horse saddle.
So what now we start the next room. Once again, be careful for your head.
Okay.
Doors are very narrow.
Okay.
Honey, be careful.
Yeah.
Now we get into the most beautiful room in our Baltit fort.
Okay.
Basically, prison is not beautiful. And it is, under this children's, there is the downside, there is small cells. The users for the detention who cannot listen to the royal orders, they can give punishment for the people. Not for the long time, just 3 or 4 days. Again, if the royal families, they give to long time punishment, they exile Shimshal 2% near the China borders. The daytime, there is not a children's, not light, it's completely dark. They're using they're using from the settlers for the downside, and using again just they have the downside. You can see some small cells. This is for the prisoners part for the small cells, the downside.
This is like a prisoner cell.
Yes. Not for the long time, just 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
Again, if the royal families give to long-term punishment, they exile Shimshal 2% near the China borders.
Ah, okay.
And this room was used as a security tower. They watch it from the prisoners and defense from the herself.
Ah, okay.
Where's my dog? Come in. Where's my dog? Come in. What's that?
This is a scary place.
Yeah.
What is this? This one?
Basically, this is the prison room. We can show our guests, we can show the foundation.
Okay.
After we can they make a hole, how they use the wooden structure inside. You can see it's completely the wooden structure of the construction of the Baltit fort.
Oh, okay.
It's like wood and then
Mud,
concrete.
yes. Wood, the middle, basically you can see it's the same structure, the downside. This is used for the pillars. The niche houses, they use it for the pillars, beams. This one is for the pillar. The second pillar they will be joined, this is for the beam. They join to each other, the walls. When the earthquake will come, there will become the movement.
Ah, okay.
Especially the center portion, there's a stone. And the set again, they will be made a wood, and again they start to they make now we using for the new buildings, we using from the steel pillars, steel beams. It's the same structure,
It's like a
but
spring.
this is uses for the wooden.
So how much earthquake it will absorb?
7.5, 7.5, yeah.
I
In
heard that
2015, in Altit this is 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah, in 2015 we had the huge earthquake,
Yes,
which is
yes.
7.8.
Yeah.
Baltit force maintained from the second 7.8 is earthquake is also.
Wow.
Basically, this credit goes for the wooden structures, the Baltit fort.
Oh, okay.
When the earthquake will become the moment, will come the moment.
Okay.
And when you can go
the plates are, yeah.
And then we in Gilgit we have the join to the 2 plates.
Yeah.
One for the downside and the second is go for the China side.
Okay.
And we had then also in red zone.
Yeah.
In 2000, you can see in it 800 years old how the earthquake will become. The Baltit fort is maintained for this.
Oh, okay. Great. That one is good.
For some houses here in Gilgit, they're also using the same structure, like wood and then concrete.
They
No,
all
not concrete, mud.
they
Ah, yeah, mud and
yeah,
wood.
they all houses. Now we can enter the modern life. We can get the new additions. But when you can visit our old houses, the all houses are the same structure.
What
When
is
the
the
every
benefit?
person,
What is, sorry, I interrupt you. What is the benefit of using mud? It will be very cold in summer and very hot.
the other work is the opposite. Basically, the wall are maybe 3 or 4 feet.
Okay.
That's the one you can make. But when you go in the winter time, you can see agar if we using the center in your room, we make a fireplace. They can long time your heat can observe.
Okay.
When you will come to the summertime, the outside weather cannot enter your room.
Okay.
Basically, if your room is completely cold, they maintain your room temperature.
Yeah.
This we make thick walls at our home.
Okay. Okay. So.
But also the mud is rarity. If the mud is this mountain areas, mud is the different mud. Where you can say the Punjab areas or different areas. This mud is to maintain the heat at the cold at your rooms.
And then you are using also some limestone as well in the mixture, right?
But basically, these areas we cannot, but the old time we cannot find like ants, like different things. But we can use the stone at our homes.
Okay.
But it's still the mountain. We are the mountain area. We
Yeah.
easily found for the stone. We make
Yeah.
a build for it our home
Yes.
for the stone.
Correct. So this one is only structure. Down.
Yeah, we can show the foundation.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's not part of the prison.
It's pretty scary. It's so deep.
Yeah, just do not look down.
So this one also UNICEF or only Altifort is actually in UNICEF?
Both.
Both.
Both. But basically, the both are not the under of the UNESCO. They get the award for the us.
Okay. They
But
give.
in 2008 too, still the both are in pending.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So, So they're not till now. They're not give.
the government cannot interest. Agree, the government can interest. So both go for the under the UNESCO, and then we cannot make a ticket for the any persons.
Oh,
The UNESCO can care for the Baltic
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
But 2008, the Musharraf can Musharraf can finally they will be called for the some with UNESCO members,
Yeah.
and he will visiting all this for the Baltic board.
Okay.
But after any government cannot not interested again for the both force. Now we are in pending.
Ah, okay.
Well, this room was also the security guard room. They watch it from the outside. They watching against the prisoners. After renovation, we can notice some dressing rooms. The first dress, this is the Prince of Hunza. This is the gift for the China side. We have a close relation with the China to 16th century. We near the China Kashgar. So it's a gift from the also in 1920, 1930, the Prince of Hunza dress.
Okay.
And the second is the local female dress. Basically, in initial time, we have not tried to too many. They use them for the sheep wool dresses. And these shoes is made by the ibex skin shoes.
Ibex.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what the mountain got.
Oh.
And the third one is the gift for the Prince of Hunza.
Okay.
The gift to Princess of Hunza is the dress of the Gilgit prince. He can donate from the Prince of Hunza. And the second, this is the local men dresses.
Okay.
And
It's very big.
Yeah.
basically, the people are not big. They cover their to warm their bodies. They usually be
Okay. So
long
they
dresses.
wrap.
Yeah, they cover their bodies.
Oh,
They use very long dresses.
Oh.
And here we can display some world maps. It's not the original the Baltic was the donate from the British Museum. This is the first world map starting in 13th century. You can see M in 1000 same in century is we add the 3 centuries, but the M is 13th century world map. Is in Latin. Second, this one is the 1550. This one is French, and the third one is the current one. These two are the old one. map.
Oldest one. Okay. So 50 century. Okay.
It's very old, but you can still see the
Yeah.
The
But it is in Roman, right?
Latin.
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 Okay. So you can see the rule.
Now we can concept.
Okay.
The third, if you can say, word is the 4 sides. 3 sides of the 3 as the sides is the water, and the 1 is only land. But they make 3 sides of the land, and just on the 1 side they show the only water.
Okay. This one only.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the
But
second,
there is some water surrounding
yes,
it.
you can see how when they will show the world.
Yeah.
And the second is that you can see how the long Australia. They connected for the also in America.
Oh, okay. That is very old. Ottoman lives in 12th century.
Be careful for your hair, please.
This is AD, right? Yeah. And I take care of this wood.
using like a secret seat planning hall,
Okay.
like as a parliament house.
Okay.
They
So
will call it-
this is you call that meeting room.
Yes, they will call it like a ministers will be calling from these areas. Our culture, still culture, is sitting, everything is a part of our culture, is sitting on the floor. The center portion, this area is used as a fireplace, around there will be sitting with the prince. And we do old carpet, is 150 years old carpet, is given for the Chinese side. This is not a Chinese carpet, for the Bukhara. Bukhara is still famous all over the world. Make carpets, but it's the gift for the China side, the Prince of Hunza. This small hole is not 2 meter deep, I think it's only 1 meter. The small hole was used as a wine cellar. They can store for the grape wine.
Okay. It's fine.
Yeah. And the small storage, they can store for the dry food. It's a dry food storage.
Okay. This one. It's one room.
Yeah, this room is the dry food storage. And the opposite side, we can go for the metal. Metal come from later here is bring from the Kashmiri Kashgar.
Okay.
Is this a handmade?
Yes. That's the gift for the China side.
This is handmade. Before they're making handmade.
And the entrance is also original.
The texture is very nice.
Yeah. Very nice.
And the color as well.
Survived till now.
This is handmade.
This one room is actually for dry fruits and this one is also from the old era.
We come to metals learn with the late time, maybe come 16th and 17th century, we can enter the metal life, is the bring from the Kashmir and Kashgar side.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But before, these mountain areas, people they spend stone life. You can see stone pots, wooden glass, wooden plates. After, when they get started with the trade from the Kashgar and Kashmir, they bring after to metal to his mountain areas.
They are using copper, right? This
Copper,
is
yeah.
copper.
That's a copper.
Yeah. So in the time of Musharraf, he tried to make the things
But still is there is a pain. After the two governments not interest again.
interested at all.
But we will be also there are some our high officials they will be called for the Prime Minister of the Pakistan, Imran Khan. But he will be
But
promised with that.
he actually he is very good. He want to
Promote for the tourism also.
tourism, and he's doing a lot of things to promote tourism. So let's see.
But yeah, he's for the 5 years.
Finger
we will
crossed.
see.
Yeah.
But I think he will be doing it.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of things for promoting tourism, and
Well,
I saw foreigners are coming from different.
But bad luck when he entered the politics, the COVID can take for him.
Yeah.
Well, we have entered the royal kitchen. We can display the different kinds of the metal. We can display metal, stone pots, and the fender is the stone black pan. They make chapatis, and the second for the granaries, makes it for the pumpkins, and the wooden box is look like slender shape. They make the buttermilk. Something special in our kitchen in the small box. That one's for the mouse traps, the mouse cage.
Mouse catcher. Okay. Typical mouse catcher.
This one. Mousetrap.
Yeah.
The night time we use it from the oil candles. Here we can display for the oil candle. And the daytime they use them for the natural sunlight. And the ventilation use it from the central portion, but in this area still we have the Nordic gas line. With 95% still we're using that wooden fire at our home. we couldn't use the ventilation, they kept using the cross ventilation later on. And the small storage, this isn't for the cold storage. 200-300 years ago, the Baltit Fort backside was the cover of the glacier. They're using a small hose 24/7. The glacier breeze will enter this room as a cold storage.
You see that one? This long on the corner, this one, the wooden. They are making buttermilk.
Where?
There, the corner, the wood one.
Behind of the pumpkins.
Ah, okay.
That one.
And this, you can see of skin, they're using this for the fire bellow.
Okay, it's like what do you call for making fire? Just make this one is
Give for the air, just a push. And we can, there's more air can for the fire.
for the charcoal. It will take fire very fast.
Interesting.
So be careful if your head freeze once again.
This is the way going up. Oh.
Today is the sunny day.
Yeah.
Well, this place was using as a summer court. As the summer courtry. Where the Prince of Hunza, they will call for the court race. Prince of Hunza sitting on the throne, the court race will come from this area. It's different for the weather. If the weather cannot complete, they go to the last room, we will go slowly for there. And this Hunza, the middle Hunza was our national animal of the Pakistan, we call it for the Markhor. But two is for the ibex. At the front wall, they can display the polo sticks and the ball. One is the favorite game of the Gilgit-Baltistan. We love polo at that time. These mountain areas, people are playing the completely freestyle match. There's not rule, not any different things. Like if you can kick the second person, people say it's not a problem, it's a part of the game. When the British can pick to here, they introduce some rules in this game. This is for the security tower. They watch out from the downstairs of the prisoners, and both sides there's small windows. They watch out from the front portions. In 1945, when the Prince of Hunza his ship his modern house, you can see this little bit white building and black glasses windows. Hunza Darbar Hotel. That's the French one they call it. Yeah, this is the Royal Famous Business Hotel, and behind there is the new palace. And this river, we call it for the Hunza River. The Hunza River opposite direction was the Nagar, in this direction is the Hunza. That time both is for the princely state, and the both is for the rival states. When the weather can complete, we can see there some amazing mountains. This front is the Rakaposhi.
That one,
This one's for Rakaposhi, yeah. Rakaposhi, and the second is for Duran Peak.
Okay.
Yeah, and the front one we call it for the Spantik. There you can see some three peaks. There is a Spantik, Spantik and Golden Peak. And back side of the Baltit Fort, Ulter 1 and Ulter 2. Behind this Black Rocky Mountain, there is a Lady Finger and Hunza Peak.
Back side of this
Yeah,
mountain.
this Black Mountain behind there is a Lady Finger and Hunza Peak. We have just a Lady Finger which is 6,000 meters. And all mountains we have 7,000 plus. The highest mountain in Hunza is the Rakaposhi. This is 7,788 meters. 7,788 meters.
778.
Now we have the free time. We make some pictures. Then we start.
This is Markhor. Very strong
What is
animal.
that, your national animal?
Markhor, this one.
Markhor is basically, this is the Persian word. Mar means snake, khor means eat. The people's concept is a snake eater. Basically, it's a snake killer.
Snake killer. And very strong, right? It's staying in the top of the mountains.
Top of the mountains.
In very hard weather. See, he liked to stay in the cold place.
Ibex can stay in a cold place, but Markhor is staying both. They cannot because of the weather. Every hot. They also you can find in Balochistan, and you can find in Chitral, and also found in Gilgit for the geyser areas. But Markhor can live in for the cold areas. just you can find in Hunza, only for the Gilgit-Baltistan. Well, this room was used for the summer reception hall.
Okay.
After renovation, we converted the picture gallery. With the two sides of the pictures, the one side the rulers of Hunza, who came ruling to the Hunza, and the first picture is natural picture, the first portrait. We can not found these areas for the pictures, then we can start the first portrait picture for Mir Ghazan Khan Awal. When his king gave ruling from his son, the British king attacked to Hunza. He's fighting to 15 days again to British. And finally, he'll escape to China. He can take the nationality for his family for in China. But his younger brother, he's living in Hunza. The British king accept for him. He's working under the British for Mir Muhammad Nazim Khan. His son, Mir Muhammad Jamal Khan, he's ruling in 1938 to 1945, and his son, Mir Muhammad Jamal Khan, who can shift his modern house in 1945. The current prince of Hunza, Mir Ghazan Farle Khan, who is the ex-governor of Gilgit-Baltistan, he can donate his building for the public, is also Mrs. Rani of Hunza, and finally his son, Prince Shah Salim Khan. Three are come to politics. Well, this is the royal dress, and the second, this one is for the princess, that's prince, and the second for the princess.
Okay.
When the Hunza was the princely state, definitely we're using in our flag. This is the Hunza flags. You can see we have the two symbols. One is the bow and arrow. This one is for the power symbol, and second, this one is the Muslim symbol, Muslim star. And the front portion we can display the big sheep.
Okay.
The local language we call it for the rush, R-U-S-H.
Rush.
Yeah. Its meaning is the huge sheep and huge horns.
Horns.
But basically, it's the famous from the Marco Polo. Marco Polo is Italian guest. He can give a name for this sheep, but it's the young age they will become the hunt. The horns will be taken 3 times.
Oh.
So big sheep and the big horns.
Okay.
The government can issue only one license for the 1 year. If we can take the license, we will pay $90,000 US.
Mm.
And the license is not for one animal. Your license is just a single shot. If you miss the fire, finish for the money.
$90,000 US. If you want to hunt this in a year, they issue only one license,
Yeah.
and then if in one shot, if you miss the shot, finish.
And it's
90,000.
And you have all the 7 days.
7 days.
If you can see, you're lucky. If you cannot see, also your license is finished.
Oh, okay.
And we can know the Prince Karimabad Khan. The Prince Karimabad Khan is the main source, is the main donor who can preserve the Baltit fort. Not only Baltit fort, I will discuss of the Baltit fort. 26 countries can preserve the heritage. And you can more interest over the Prince Karimabad Khan. You can describe his family trees also from here.
He's like a British.
He's born in basically, but his grandfather is born in Karachi. And his father is born in Iran, and the current Aga Khan is born in Switzerland, Geneva.
Yeah. So he's staying there, right?
In 2017, he came to Shiva, Portugal.
Portugal, okay. And then this is the weapons.
Yes, defensive from the hunting purpose. They use it for the Russian guns. After they introduced the Russian guns, Russian swords, Kashmiri design of the swords.
Okay, this is the swords. Honey?
Zulfikar. Can you find?
No,
But it's not a Zulfikar. Zulfikar is following the Hazrati Ali and his
Hazrat Ali,
his
yeah.
sword names with the Zulfikar. And he has a 2 knocks
Yeah.
for the Zulfikar.
See, this is actually a similar for the Turk they're using.
A little bit curved.
Curve and then
And the top portion in the second plate, the top portion, this is for the Russian sword.
that one.
Yes, yeah, this is for the Russian.
Okay.
It's very long.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. You see the roof?
Yeah.
This is the 1911 edition from the roof. It's the Kashmiri design of the Silving.
Okay.
It's also crossed for the 100 years. This room was using as a royal summer bedroom.
Okay.
Still they sleep in the floor. It's the part of our culture. This carpet is the cover of the throne. This is not original. This one is the copy. The original is completely full of gold. In new palace, then we can display this copy.
Oh, okay.
You can see some trade agreements with the Hunza in China. We have a close relation with the China. These agreements were the all Silk Route. One is the Chinese and the second is for the Persian. Before our subcontinent is permission as officially was the Persian. When we will divide, we can accept Urdu. India can accept Hindi.
Okay. So that is the agreements.
When we are part of the Pakistan, 3rd November 1947, the Prince of Hunza is going to give a letter of the Qaeda-Azam.
Oh, okay.
So this is the letter of the copy.
1947. So before it is actually part of China or independent states? Oh, okay.
Because the independent state, you got a significant powers in these areas.
Ah, okay, Prince. Okay, I understand. Nani, this is the letter, see? This is the letter, 1947. It's nice, very nice. This one, you take this one.
This is the letter
Yeah. From the Prince to Qaeda-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah in 1947.
Finally, we enter the beautiful balcony of the Baltit Fort. This is the addition from the British period, 1915 to 1930. The royal families can sit in here. They're watching from the polo ground. Now there is a school ground. But daytime there's a polo ground. The royal polo, enjoying the polo. And when they get early morning, they see the good view of the Rakaposhis also. When they visit, there's some European guests. The guest will be called for the Rakaposhi, big boss. It's really not a real big boss. I give the title of the for the Rakaposhi, the member of Philippines and his father. The middle picture is father Mir of Hunza, his mother Rani of Hunza, and his sister, the princess of Hunza. They take the second for the Baltit Fort. This picture. And there is the telephone is 1930 for the British period. Furniture is also for the British period. We will change for the covers and we can remove this kitchen chair.
It is also furniture belong from the British era. Telephone, see the telephone? That is all original. And then wall clock also.
It's
from the,
1960.
1960.
It's 1960.
This picture, this one.
This is the cousins of the royal families.
Okay.
The middle picture, this is the outside of the terrace where the Prince of Hunza used it for the court.
Oh, okay.
And the young boy is ex-governor. He can tell from the court from his father is also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice, refreshing in this area.
This is the addition from the British glasses for the British period.
This glass also.
Yeah, they still they call it the British glass.
So our tour for the Baltit Fort ends there.
Yes.
Now we have to go down.
Yeah, very nice
Yeah,
and informative.
very informative
Yes.
history, and very famous surname here is Khan. So I think this is also the relative of my husband, Mr. Khan.
Canon. This video.
What do you call this one again?
Canon.
Canon.
Yeah.
I forgot the name in Tagalog.
Top.
Huh? What to?
Top.
Baliw. Where are you going now?
This is the way or that is the way?
This is the way.
Or that is the way?
Yeah. Guys, hope you like the tour for the Baltit Fort.
Yeah, very nice and very informative. We we got lot of information from this place. Probably we will come back after next year.
No, I want to come here in autumn season. Char. Marami kang pera, besh? Okay, so see you. Bye.